hereditary problems, problems that are passed down genetically in the family. We've already looked at how memories are stored in the DNA, so obviously they can be passed on genetically because it's on the DNA level. What actually happens when we are healing is that you go through feelings that are not actually yours. They're stored in you from your parents, grandparents, and so on. It can happen. You're doing healing, some of the emotions come up not actually from your memories. You've been to experience things in the genes from your parents, grandparents, ancestors. When you release those, you clear the hereditary problems. However, there is another angle to this. See, apart from the emotional cause, which we do with quite a lot of this work, there are chemical and radiation, environmental causes, various kinds of gene damage these days, which is more prevalent now than it's ever. It can be chemicals, radiation, gene manipulation that have done damage to the DNA, causing new problems that then passed on to the next generation. This is why we see after various forms of vaccine damage and bioweapons that there are hereditary problems passed down, children being born with the effects. So how do we heal DNA? The blockage arises because people think that DNA is the cause of everything, but it isn't. Consciousness is. We've already looked at how consciousness tends to store patterns in the DNA. It's also found that when scientists study DNA, they have to leave the room because their thoughts are changing all the time. So consciousness creates DNA. So changing consciousness is what's going to change DNA. But it's also about energies. Apart from releasing the various kind of thoughts and things we have, there's certain energies structuring that DNA. By working on the energy field, we can actually change it. There are various empowerments from various traditions. One often like to use is the Shree Yantra, which comes from the Vedic tradition, which has the divine blueprint of how a life force should be before it has any damage. And the transmission of this energy tends to actually restore the DNA to its perfect configuration. It causes it to heal itself. This not only helps you heal the emotional cause, because once you've got the divine blueprint back, the body's more able to shed its conditioning. It also corrects all the kind of chemical and radiation damage or anything else that's been done.